Hey, are we live? Is it Friday? Are you here? Are we here together? Whew. It took a minute to be here. But boy, are we so happy. Are we so happy to be here tonight? It's Friday Night Live with Rox and you. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to have such a fun show. It's exciting. We've got guests, maybe guests, plural, we'll see. We have some beautiful rocks to look at, not only the cab competition, cab stuff, but we also have some stuff here under the flying saucer right there. Give me a 5x5 if we're all alive here this Friday evening. I want to say hello to my mom. I know she's watching out there along with Howard, maybe even my bruh. We'll see if Grower's watching too. It's good to see all of you guys. Like I said, that Opal guy is here. Wisconsin rock stalker Jerry. Hey, what's shaking? Ma is here. She's gonna be even more here in a little bit. We've got Brenda Bloom. How you feeling? Are you blooming? I'm sure you've never heard that before. Harold is here in full effect, became a member of the tribe before we got this live started. So I thank you for that. And we got to ring the bell for you. We're going to get this rocktastic night off to the right start. Thank you, Harold. I really appreciate your support. Kid Curry is buzzing on in here in the boats and with it full of amoebas. We've got Weathered and Weary here saying hello to everyone and hoping that everyone is doing well. And I too hope that you all are doing well. We've got Betty sliding on in here. That's right. That's what she's saying. Let's all slide a little bit. We got some cheersing to do. I think that this is a good time. Cheers to you and your rocks. Hope that they're keeping warm as well as you. I heard that there's a cold snap going on. Chubby Hubby was checking in a little bit earlier from like 2 degrees or something. Come on now. Come on, nature. Cheers and stay warm. Zow. That's what I like. We got Rock Hounding Huntress is here for 8 months. Thank you so much. Ringing that bell for the Rock Hounding Huntress. Woo. Getting that workout going. I'm exploding with excitement to see these epic cabs. Yes, that's the right attitude. That's what we're going to do. We're going to explode no cabs this evening, but we will explode an eyeball or two. And got the patty cakes going on. Vicky's here. Good to see you, Vicky. I hope that you're feeling better as well. I think that she was doing some of the hard time in Ickland last week. Oh my gosh. Jerry, don't get me started. Don't get me started. He's over there talking about it already in the chat. You know that's coming up. Little preview to the news. Yeah, we'll get to that. All right. My goodness, Just Lucky is here. Scott, how's it going? Did you enjoy our beautiful sunlit coast today? It was very, very nice. That was also what Chubby Hubby was asking. If we got hit by the cold snap, I would say that it was kind of chilly, but the sun does things to your brain. Other things do things to your brain too. And there are some ones that are super legal that are definitely game changers that we should all check out. The sunshine is one of them. I hope you can go outside. But those of you where it is say 4 Fahrenheit for those of you who don't do the metrics. That's cold. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ryan. I hope that you are staying warm under your conditions and all. So thank you for sharing that. It looks like greetings and Steinkerns and salutations are in order for the Brian and the Julie. Good to see you guys. I hope that you're checking in from courtside. Very exciting. Tell us, tell us. Vicky is saying we are supposed to get hit with a massive winter storm tomorrow and Sunday. Goodness gracious. Yeah, keep warm. Get your provisions ready to be able to hunker down with your rocks. Protect those rocks, everyone. Oh my gosh. Oh, just feeling like a little bit of one-upsmanship here. We got the Negs 24. That's cold. That's nuts. That's just nuts. That's when like the stuff in your nose freezes and stuff, you know? It's pretty uncomfortable. I hope that you guys are have your nose defrosters ready for that. There's got to be some kind of an appliance that they must have made for such occasions. Yeah. You know it. We're doing the fun. um and yes, I would agree. Everybody, like I said, hunker down, keep those folks not only in your thoughts, which is such a sweet thought of your own, Miss Vicky, but also check on them. You know, if you haven't heard from somebody, check on them. There's some people that I'm a wondering about. I haven't seen Lisa for a little bit, so Lisa, if you're out there, I'm checking in on you right now. But I'll follow this with a note and some others. So if you're thinking of somebody and they just cross your mind and you're like, I haven't really heard from that person for a little bit, definitely check on them, storm or no storm. It's a good. So I was talking about legal ways of making yourselves feel better, and we actually were so lucky this week. We were able to finagle through our insurance actually for us to be able to have a small sauna. And so this is like a climb into it kind of sauna, not like a full size room or something like that. But the game changer that getting warm is during the winter time is amazing. There's just nothing like it. Uh, some of you have heard me refer to Steve going and coming from a sauna that we had available to us just so often. We were like, we need to break down and get the thing. And apparently, it's a medical thing. And so we're like, yeah, it is. It makes you feel better. It makes you be healthier. And so in the last 24 hours, I've had three. It's so good. But I admit to being a bit of a reptile. I remember back when I lived in Tucson, and you would see the chuckwallas lying on the rocks, as well as other reptiles, as you guys know. But I specifically recall these fabulous, big, fat, like they're the bullfrog of the lizard world. These chuckwallas of what, just splatted on these rocks, just hanging out, baking and being so happy. And that's my jam. Y'all, if you ever rock hound with me and we're not in a place that is cold, I'll just keep moving if it's cold. But if it's a hot place, then I chuckwalla out so hard. So it's my new little happy place. And let me get caught up here since I went on that tangent. We're starting off with tangents, and I guarantee you right now that you will have your fill of tangents this evening, I am sure. How did I get so behind? And Brian is saying, yes, we are in courtside. Yay! I'm so pumped for you guys. I hope you're having a really good time and finding some super fun deals. And Blind Squirrel Rocks is here. Good to see you. And we've got a space heater in the crawl space. Yeah, it is a space heater. So crawl space totally makes sense. Currently, rock hounding is here. Good to see you. It was 50 and sunny here in southern Utah. Brr. Nobody is feeling bad for you. The soul is in the house, and we've got a negative 12 degrees. That's so chilly. I'm scrolling back just to make sure that I am not missing anything. And okay, Vicky was saying that we've got plenty of food and water and a generator, so we should be okay. That is good to hear. Though Brenda is saying we are freezing. So you might want to go over to Vicky's house or Ryan's house because he's got a space heater in the crawl space, a crawl space heater, if you will. Yeah. And Josh has been so sick lately. I'm so sorry. Oh. It was a right hook. This gold fever, gold flu, I have been medicating live on Sundays. I did catch that first one, and then I think I saw that you were doing one, but I was completely just underneath a bunch of stuff on the other Sunday, so I missed. But good for you, everybody. Go ahead and tune in to our friend Josh, Tomcat Josh, and you will see beautiful smiles of gold. That first one that I watched, you were pulling out some nice smiles there, some lovely ore bags, and some other fun. It's always a good time to hang out with Tomcat Josh. So do it to it. And Julie is lurking and making dinner. What's she making for us? Are we having I just forgot what they are. They're not crack tacos. What am I thinking of? Okay. Help me brain. Nice balmy 12 Fahrenheit. It was -8 first thing in the AM. Almost time to rock the shorts and Birkenstocks. Nice. Oh, Greg. Yeah, stay warm out there, and thank you for converting to the Fahrenheits for us. I know that y'all deal with Celsius out there, and we all have to go to our quick Googles to figure that out. And Kid Curry, not putting that up. They just disappear though. Let's see. True, Karen. A lot of people don't have groceries or a generator, right? Yeah, exactly. Some people don't have it. It's not easy to get around for them or what have you. Definitely check in on those folks. And we have Student of the Trees 63 coming on in. May you all be blessed, love, and gratitude from beyond. All right, sounds good to me. Yeah, got the spaceship right here, touching down. So we're right there with you. And Blind Squirrel Rock says we'll be doing a lot of baking in the next few days. The oven helps heat up in the house. Yeah, that was a thing that we were thinking of as well. Definitely do some home cooked meals because those warm you inside and out. And I'll tell you that that sauna, it's a sit down sauna. You just you get in and you sit down. And so it's not like you can do hot yoga in it. It's not big, but it actually ambiently warms the room that it's in. So I love it so much. You can get in, you can do your thing, you can get out, you can stretch around, you can get back in again. We're gonna probably add a cold splash. I don't know if all y'all follow that stuff, but we're kind of dorks that way. But after a cold surf, Doesn't that sound like the nicest thing is, like rip off the wetsuit, jump into the sauna. It's a good thing. Or if you have a storm. Although if you don't have an electricity, then you're probably not cranking out your sauna session and just coming down and making sure that we've all got caught up at this point. Um, Vicky says, "I should have bought some stuff for a Steinkern that would help warm you up." Yeah. Okay. Think back to the early days in your, say, skiing career. Anybody schnapps? Anybody on the lift schnapps? That sort of thing. Good day to you, Manny. And you haven't changed your YouTube in there yet, or do you roam around as the feral Afia Raka, and then behave under the new auspice, which is Animare Arts. For all of you, go check out Manny's new channel and do us a favor, and if you like it, subscribe for sure. Cheers and Steinkerns. To all of you out there that need to make sure to stock up on your Steinkerns, do it. Do it to it. Rick is in the house. Good to see you. Rick, with all the scientific terms. I hope that you're staying warm as well. And yeah, I'm with you, Ma. Like, woo, you guys are definitely in the cold. We'll Steinkern twice for all you guys. And just carrying on the, oh my gosh, the catching up. 71 here, sweatshirt weather. Yeah. That's why I used to live in Arizona. That right there. Oh, I gotta love this time of year over there. We've got James also sliding on in here. And James has been a member for 16 months. Let's go ahead and ring the bell for you, James. Thank you so much. You guys that are members, I really appreciate you all, and you keep the good times a rolling, helping me to make this podcast stream possible with the platform and all of the stuff that we have to get to make sure that we can hang out with you each and every week without fail. I don't always drop those videos, but unless it is an absolute emergency, I make sure that we're all together on Friday nights, and I really thank you guys all for coming and hanging out as well and making it a beginning of the weekend Rockhound community hangout. You guys are all the best. And so that does remind me, we tossed down a video. What was it? Last Sunday, I think it was. And so if you haven't had a chance to go check that out, that is the last beach hound that we did. I think it's either 2 or 3 other videos that are beach hunts that precede it. And so we're going to backtrack in time because there's things that we got to show off from the beaches as well. But those were the very firstliest of the winter, starting to show some rocks on the beaches. My brother was here for one of them, and so we'll go and check those out here. Hopefully I'll be able to release another one this weekend, and so on and so forth. I'm going to try to be a little bit better about releasing them videos. And for the members side, I've got like a whole treasure bag for you guys. So, oh gosh, Patricia's Creations is here and we're getting an ice storm. Oh gosh, those are really bad. Those are terrifying to me. There's no driving, there's hardly walking. Tree limbs are coming down all over the place. I don't know what I would take more, the snow or the ice, but I know it wrecked when we had an ice storm a few years ago here in the Oregon coast. It wrecked us. We just got out of Dodge. We've got Akira landing. Good to see you. Thank you. I hope that you are staying warm as well. We're trying to warm each other up here on this Friday night, talking about it. And let's see. Phil is here. Dad's Rocks is in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Good Lord. It really is any weather Speedo weather. I question thee. And oh, thank you so much. Cheers and Steinkerns to you, James. You're the best. All right. Another into the Steinkern fund. I thank you so much for that. You are awesome. Oh, death tacos. That's what it was. I was just thinking about things we could be addicted to. But nobody wants the other thing. Stroganoff and death tacos. Yeah. I absolutely adore Steve makes a mean stroganoff actually with some hand-picked mushrooms and that sort of thing. Very, very good. And so let's see if we can't get to the end of the opening chatter so that we can get into the news and get on with the show. Uh you guys are having quite the good conversations that going back and forth about clothing and whatnot. Yeah, exploding trees. The we had litter everywhere from these poor Sitka trees around here that don't know what that's supposed to be like. They're trained for wind, so they're kind of like bonsaied out. Like they go, those in the coastal pines just, they know what to do, but they have no idea what to do with a bunch of ice. It's just not what we do around here. And Spot is in the house. I love it. Yes. Don't forget, JMV have the best survival gear ever. Portable heating unit called Dogs. This is so true. Every morning, not only do I wake up and I'm encased with dogs, I've got three that just like can't get close enough to you, so you actually can't move. But also, when I get up and I have my coffee, Ochiko absolutely will not have any other place in the household but on my lap. And so it's just like having a heating blanket. I've got my coffee. I have to kick him off when it's time to do the uke jam and he gets upset. But yeah, that is so true. Those guys are best friends in cold conditions for sure. Ghost of Gaia is here. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming. We've got this right here. Oh my gosh. Woo! 5 Ozone memberships. Thank you so much, Josh. You're the best. Here we go. And we really appreciate that, and the new members welcome in that just came into the Ozone tribe. Go check out the stuff on the member side. There's stuff that you can't see otherwise. Suggestion: never drink 2 bottles of peppermint schnapps before halftime of a football game. Never ever. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that as well. Both of them, actually. No schnapps and really no football games. I'd rather go out and play myself than watch other people play for sure. Terrace Treasures is in the house because it's good to see you too. I'm trying to be efficient and just put the whole thing together without any kinds of enunciations. But it is truly time, you guys. We need to get on with this show. And so we're going to kick this sucker out. What are we going to do? We're going to kick a thing. Let's go. It's the Ozone News. And in the news tonight, we have some locations that are so cold that you cannot rock hound. It's what we've been talking about this evening already, that some locations have thawed and you can go out and rock hound, and others that are getting hit by winter trauma. Make sure to be ready. Although in some areas we have heard that there is a forecast for cabs falling like rain. I can't believe how similar this looks like me in the cabratory, except for that I don't have brown eyes, nor is my hair quite that brown, and other things. But may the showers of cabs come your way, and that you not freeze in this upcoming winter weather. And in other news, we have from trusted sources that this man is trapped inside an opal. If anybody has any suggestions as to how one frees themselves, it would be greatly appreciated. Investigators are investigating this strange situation, and they are looking for this man in relation to this crime. We're not entirely sure what the connection is, but we have a feeling that he might have some answers. Also, in serious news, we have silver coming all the way up to $99, even number. $99 for silver. Does it make you think back to the days when you were complaining about when it turned 50? That wasn't too long ago. I mean, what, maybe a month, maybe two. This has been quite the roller coaster ride, everybody. Gold is also at 49, 46, 25. Platinum, 2,705. And palladium, 1,976. What are we going to do? Valentine's Day is coming up, though. And according to Rio Grande Day, presentation matters on Valentine's, and so we think so too over here at the Ozone Studios. We're prepping for a Valentine's drop that will include some things that you might be interested in getting for your loved one. We are next week and going to do a live stream for the Friday Night Live, actually, as part one, and we'll do a part two, just like we did to prepare for the holiday season. And thank you all for your participation in that. We're just going to pretend like we didn't see anything here and not freak out about the silver prices, because we got to keep on cooking our jewelry, our art pieces, whatever it is that you do with your rocks. We hope that you keep on doing it. And in that regard, we're going to go ahead and get on with the show this evening with our woman on the street, our roving reporter that is here to talk about cabs and the things going on over on the Discord. Here she is. Ma, how are you doing this evening?
Well, hello.
Hello. How are you this evening?
I'm sorry. I just almost passed out when I saw the price of silver.
I know.
I got my smelling salt, so I'm back for you.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. Vicky, you should add that to your prepper list, that you might need some smelling salts along with the generator and the food and the peppermint schnapps. if Rick is
Yeah.
coming over. Yeah. But yeah, what do you think about that? The $99 for a troy ounce of silver, as per the market, where you're buying it from a provider,
Mhm.
because I know that there's slidey things that you can do there. But what do you think of all
I think it's bonkers. And it's of course, like literally I have, let's say 99.9% of all of the tools and whatnot that I need to actually start trying to silversmith again. And yeah, I'm just like, you've got to be kidding. It's of course, when it became my goal to get this last year to start smithing again, this happened. And then I kind of put it off. And for other reasons too, but you're like, you're later, it's fine. And then my husband went prowling around in my friends to find out what I wanted for Christmas, and
that?
between you and some other people figured out silversmithing is what I wanted to really dip my toe in next. And so yeah, so I've got all the equipment, and I'm just like, do I pull the trigger? Like, mm, the only thing I haven't ordered is silver.
Yeah.
and I've got like the barest of minimums here that I can start trying to do some simple things. Um, but yeah, it's a terrible
Yeah.
time to try to
So
do this.
it is. So Brian and Julie, thank you so much. I'll be looking into the mail for that. I really appreciate you guys for sending that. And then Candy Cane, welcome in. It's good to see you here, as well as Lava Bison. Good to see you. And as per what you were saying, it's kind of like buying lift tickets, the ski suit, the
Mm,
Airbnb that you're staying at,
yeah,
and you have no skis. You
yeah,
don't have
it,
any skis.
yeah, and like while you can rent where you can rent skis to finish that little adventure up. Yeah, I mean, I guess all I could do at this point is revisit things that haven't sold, of even stuff I've purchased as far as materials go, and send them to a friend with some melty things they can do for you. It's terrible.
It
100.
is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we didn't all of us
Mhm.
that watched it shoot up like the temperature gauge,
Yeah.
just watching that cartoon Mercury just course up and pop the top. We didn't expect it to actually crest over 100 so quick, and it's just sitting there at 99, and I gasped. I literally gasped because I saw it bump. Last week it was
90.
95,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I watched it dip, and I was like, "Ooh, all right, cool, maybe we'll play Chutes and Ladders, and I can pick up some. I need bezel." And I was like, "Okay," I'm like poised like a vulture ready to make my order, and it just went, "Hey, whoop," and just
It's insane.
straight up. So those of you that are out there, I mean, I just saw this. Bob's Rocks is here. Hi, Bob. How are the kids? My silver coin collection is worth more melted down. It has devalued a bunch of the collector coins.
Man, that's a
Isn't that
bummer.
nuts? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the only person, I mean, I know that there's people that are stoked, like people that have like invested in silver. Like I was complaining to my dad, like, oh, I can't even afford it. And he's got this stupid grin on his face because he's like laughing about all the silver he's hoarded that does me no good because, it's his. But I'm like, thanks for the sympathy. You know, like, it's
Daddy,
like,
I need your
yeah,
silver and a pony. Yeah.
that won't happen. Yeah,
Doesn't?
but
No.
he
Okay.
just no, he'll just laugh at me, and then eventually I'll buy a little bit of scrap. And luckily, what I'm wanting to do is simple, and I don't need a whole lot to get going. But man, come on. Like I was balking when it got to like 40 something, and now I'm like, remember the good old days?
Right?
It's sad.
I know.
I'm
I
shocked.
truly, yeah, I was like holding off at 40. I'm like, it'll come back down.
No.
Rick wanted more sound effects. That one was a hearty, like, what is she opening?
Yeah, I was gonna mute it, then I was like, why am I gonna mute it? We're all adults
Yeah.
here.
Stein curtains to
Oh,
you. Let's do it. Cheers.
oh yeah.
Everybody, cheers
Oh,
and Stein
oh,
curtains.
oh, yep.
Stay
Cheers.
stay
Cheers,
warm and
man.
yeah, this is all about like nursing our woes from the silver. But what I did want to ask everybody is, so what are you doing? What is it that you're doing if you're a silversmith or you're a jewelry designer, or if you'd like to put your rocks into something other
Mhm.
than a box? I would love to hear what other people's solutions are, and what we're set to do also after we kind of deal with this little complex item. We're going to go into looking at the pretties of the Discord contest. And so
Ooh,
first,
yeah.
what are you doing to like kind of ease the pain of your trying to get into the silversmithing woes, and we'll read some of the comments from the chat as well. So Ma, you
Okay.
first.
Okay, so what I'm doing is just waiting a tick, and that's gonna probably bite me in the butt. But I did make a pact with a certain friend whose name rhymes with Jahik. um,
Oh,
he is gonna start doing. He's been wanting to do some tumbled pendants, and I was like, well, I want to start actually forcing myself to try silversmithing. So like I'm trying to get my new latest projects up to about 5 or 6 pieces, and then I am going to do it. But a lot of what I'm going to be doing is with wire, and I already have that. So,
nice.
but in the meantime, like I'm not forcing anything or like switching to something else. Like, you can do groove things where you're using a lot less silver, where you're using just a little bit of it around there, or you can do something, I don't know. There's lots of different ways you could do wire wrapping with copper, that kind of thing. I'm just going to kind of hold tight, and I'm going to keep polishing my rocks and making them shiny, and then I'm going to reevaluate. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. I don't want to like change my plans based on something external. Even though I might end up having to, I'm going to try not to have to.
I like it. I like hold your line. I like
Yeah.
be creative in the way that you engineer your designs. I definitely don't
Oh,
love like, well, let's all just give up. We're just not
no,
gonna we're not smithing stuff anymore.
no,
I
no.
like Sonia is an absolutely extraordinary silversmith, and
Beautiful.
she's talking about using scraps. And so everybody's down in their Berber carpet, tweezing all of the scraps out of it for sure.
Yeah.
And that's linked in with this answer. Manny's saying just sprung for a sand casting kit. The copper is on the list to practice with. And so if you do have scraps and you
I
have a
do somewhere.
torch, yeah, and you have a torch and a crucible, which are cheap to get. Like if you just want to get a crucible and the torch, you might be into it, like you're into it for well under $100, but more likely you could get into that rig for like, under $50. Then you can melt down all of your scraps and reuse them. And so
Oh,
there's
for sure.
there's you don't even have to cast them. You can actually, even if you have a lump of silver that you pour out of the crucible, you can always
Mhm.
hammer it down. That was how I used to do it before I got a mill. And I would use my silver over again that way, just burn it. And so there's that. If you want to get into casting, then you can take those trims and you can cast things that you can use with your jewelry or the jewelry itself, like a ring or that sort of thing. So I love this. And then Manny is also talking about using copper. And Greg Dirksen also said something about that. If I can scroll back to where I saw that. So we've got copper and we
Mhm.
have pewter and we have
Mhm.
brass.
Right.
And these are all suggestions. And if you mix them all together, you have bronze.
Right.
And And actually, I have bronze casting grains. They
Ooh,
melt slightly lower than the melting point of copper, and
right.
they're
I was going
slightly
to ask
higher
that.
than what's
I
that?
was going to ask that. I thought, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but copper takes a lot more heat to melt, right? Than
It's melting point is like 1900 and something, so it's almost 2000
Mhm.
Fahrenheit. Sorry, Greg. And then and Manny for that matter. And then
The rest of the world for that matter.
right, yeah, exactly. What's wrong with us? And I believe silver is 1760 or something like that.
Right.
And then the bronze is like 18 something. And so
What?
like
Okay.
it's just a
It's all the same
smidgen.
area.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but like
It's all
almost
so hot
imperceivable.
we can't comprehend it. Yeah.
Well, what's interesting is okay. So fine silver melts at a higher melting point than the sterling silver. And sterling
Ooh,
silver, it takes a long time, and you do your thing. You're waiting for it to flow, and then you go.
let's try
Uh,
that.
fine silver takes a little bit longer, and then
Mm,
the bronze goes like right after fine, and so
right.
it's really quite
Right
quick,
there.
and then you can wait an eternity for copper. It feels like.
Right. Right. And it's like I think that it's both you and other people maybe that I've heard talking about how you had one setup for silver, but you didn't really feel prepared for copper because I mean, and this is the thing, I have no freaking clue it yet. Like I said, barely
I
trying to
know.
like I've gotten to the park. I haven't gotten out of the car. You know what I mean? Like you guys are over there like and I'm just like, oh, I got my floaties and I'll go over there pretty soon, you know? But like I just think I think it was you that I've heard talking about how you didn't quite have the setup for the heat that copper required for melting it down, right? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
something like your torch is like right there at that line or something?
You can, well, with map gas and a proper torch, you can get it.
Right. Oh,
And
I also so very sorry. I'm very sorry to not interrupt. Blah, blah, blah.
yeah. No, no, it's good.
I was supposed to tell you that the other guest that might be coming is most likely going to be showing up pretty quickly. So
Oh, okay.
be looking
All
out.
right. And also if you could send an invite to the one that they that rhymes with
But they,
Smahik, um also needs a
oh,
link, I think. If you can
I will
like
spread things
that
around.
was like a demi, like maybe. And so just in case. And so Grigsby here, 58, is saying copper and brass will probably be the next go-to metal. And you know what's interesting? I hate to say this. I really hate to say this to you all as we are talking about all the different, ups and downsides of melting points and whatnot. Get your copper now. We've already seen a raise in the market prices on that. So do that. And Sonia is saying use thin silver sheet and use a hammer to beef it a little. Yeah, so work hardening, something that's on the thinner side, is a great way to stretch stuff out. Putting out a video this weekend on recycling silver scrap. Awesome, Jerry. Awesome job. This
True.
community needs this. We need each other right now, you guys. Like we could all cry on each other's shoulders, but also with all the tips and tricks that we have here, a lot of people have a lot of experience, sharing this out. It's a good time because I know a lot of people were trying to make their way into silversmithing, or my mom and I used to just call it metalsmithing because
Right.
it's, you can use like all this stuff that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, smithing. and uh
Smith-
and so with, let's help each other out, because this should not be a, a reason why somebody gets snuffed out before they even have a chance to try.
Right.
um and yep, bronze is another material on the block for melting too. Yes, exactly. I absolutely love it so far. And what's cool about the bronze, I'm just going to add. I know we're going to belabor this point, and the poor horse is going to be lying there, but the the bronze actually comes in some different flavors, and so
Yeah.
just depending on what they create the alloy with, you end up with like a pinker color from the more
Right.
copper, or a brassier color, or I personally really like the what they call old bronze,
Me
which
too.
is yeah, it's kind of just got like a deeper, more romantic coloring
Hmm.
than like a bright brassy color, which feels to me like it's trying to be gold. And I don't want anybody to be like
Yep.
misunderstood that it's like a, a piece of gold there instead of being a piece of bronze. And so I
You want it
really
to,
appreciate that.
yeah, I get it. You don't want it to look like it's trying to be something else. You want it to look very intentional. I get it. It's a fine line.
Yeah. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
so instead of it trying to, take the place of something, I personally love mixed metals. If I could afford to work with all the different kinds of precious metal, I would work with
Mhm.
every different color to paint like a painter's palette.
Yeah.
I think it's just
Painting with your
fantastic.
metals.
Exactly. And so the fact that instead of say it's, platinum and gold and rose gold, we're working with bronze and silver and copper. And you know what? I don't feel like it's a demotion in any way, shape, or form.
Either.
Yeah.
I mean, and
And
beautiful is, you can
go
make
ahead.
anything beautiful. You can make beautiful things with humble materials.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep. And Sonia is helping out the community with some dialogue going on here in the chat, and I'm loving it. You can melt on charcoal, and so if you don't have a crucible, that is one way to melt some of your silver together. And so if you want to take scraps and you're making casting grains, I do that particular job on just a big block of charcoal, and I'll take snips, all the different like bobs
Mhm.
and whatnot, and just fire, fire, fire. And when they hit melting point on a piece of charcoal, they'll just make a ball. And
Yeah.
you've got casting grains ready to go. Ingot molds are cheap for sure. And so if you feel like you want to go crucible ingot, then that's really helpful if you've got a mill, so that you can pour into an ingot mold, so that you're off to the races for a piece of sheet.
Right.
Or they've got like the nice long skinny one for if you're gonna do some wire.
Mm,
Why not? If it's liquid, like get it as close to what it is that you're gonna try to make as possible. Or
absolutely. Save yourself some
yeah,
labor.
yeah. Or you can just cast it like in if you have a sand casting kit but you don't have any ingot molds, make an ingot in your casting, just cast an ingot.
There.
And so yeah, it's there's a lot of workarounds with this, and it looks like everybody's interested, and so maybe we need to
Yeah. Take
do
notes.
more of this kind of discussion in the future. I don't want to sidetrack too hard, unless we are, I guess, is the possibility. But we've got so many entries to hit tonight that I'm
Oh
feeling.
my God, we are never gonna get to them all.
So Greg, thank you for providing us this filler for this evening, everybody. Actually, so Greg is asking if silver leaf is a thing. Do you want to take this one,
Oh
Ma?
yeah. It's 100% a thing. And can I just say, like, silver leaf and gold leaf are so thin. It's like a molecule thick. And yes, I'm being hyperbolic, but it's so thin. But I've watched the prices of gold, and like I do get the prices are going up, but they're getting inflated up because they're like, oh, the prices are high. We can fool people and charge more. Well, yeah, I mean, well, yeah. If it's what you're all charging, I have to pay it if I want it. But if you're looking at like the ounces or like the fraction of an ounce, they are inflating it insanely right now for silver and gold leaf.
Yeah.
Because it used to be able to get it for like, I mean, I was buying pure gold for like, I was getting like 20 sheets for under $20. And at
Oh wow.
that point, it was still ridiculously like, if you looked at what the weight of it was nowhere comparable to what you'd be paying for material, right?
Yeah.
And it's bonkers now.
Yep. Yeah.
And I
I
haven't
really
even
wish.
slept the last 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I had bought I needed some kombu foil and I needed some more gold leaf. I have some of the gold leaf left. I have no kombu foil. The last time
Man.
I bought the gold leaf, it was
Mhm.
$80 a book. And the last time I bought kombu foil, I think it was 160
Right.
for one sheet.
Right.
Just because
It's a lot.
usually
If you're
I'm sorry?
comparing foil, well, yeah, if you're comparing foil to leaf, the foil is much thicker. Like,
It is. And
yeah,
usually it's 23 as opposed to 24 karat, where
right.
a lot of times the leaf that you get is going to be like an 18 or something like that. And so you can go a long way with a small amount of gold if you're kombuing.
Right.
But it's now become, a little bit unobtainium as far as all of the gold goes, which is
It's insane.
crazy. Yeah.
And it's like it's the market going crazy. It's like it was already so inflated just for and I do understand that there's work that goes into it, making it. I get that. But
Yeah.
the amount of material you're getting is negligible. Like it's if you crumple up a little sheet of leaf, it's like not even a millimeter ball. Like it's so little material, you
It's
know?
very thin. Yeah. And so, some people do kombu with the gold leaf, and that's a whole nother, like, we could peel back that onion and talk about that
Sure.
for like a half an hour. But the fact that, any of this stuff is becoming kind of crazy is
Yeah.
it, like, that used to be like the sort of, okay, the side hack is if you don't have any more foil, you could probably, kombu with some leaf, and now it's just like, oh.
Not interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And so map gas or oxy is what Manny is saying, and that was for the melting points for different things. Like, yeah, if you've got like oxyacetylene, go. Just go.
Yeah.
If you've got an oxy and other gas combination, you're good to go usually too, because I think the Smith takes some of the other combinations, but a lot of people I know like are on a one gas system. If you don't have
Okay.
like a full gas rig, and so if you
Right.
use the map gas, you can get it hot enough.
Right.
And that's like more like from a beginner standpoint. If you're using, say,
Yeah.
butane, propane, and map, you're off to the races. You can touch the copper, but it's a tough go. I got a toy that I'll unveil soon that will handle some of that. Um, and so, gosh, and I saw another thing. You guys are just rocking the chat tonight. I love it. Like, do we probably don't have to show anything, but we will, because you guys
We
need,
will.
like, you need candy in your eyes. Why not use steel to make jewelry? This is a great question, and I know a lot of artists that do. So, answer, you do. If you want to
Yeah, I mean,
use if you want to use steel, go for it.
it's a whole other game though,
And
right? I
so
mean,
steel's a lot harder to work with. I've actually made quite a bit of steel jewelry. And so I had a gallery jeweler that used to make an entire portion of her line out of steel, and it was very inspiring. And so I went ahead and dabbled on after her. It's hard to solder.
mhm.
It's because it's a dirty metal, and so you have to be, on it as far as that's
Aren't
concerned.
the temperatures extremely higher? Am I just misinformed?
But we're not trying to melt it. We're just trying to
Oh,
fabricate it at that point.
no, no, no. I know, I understand that. But like even let's say like do you call it welding at that point? Like
Well,
uh
but you don't have to, like, the solder still melts at the same temperature that a solder will melt at. So you don't have to worry about that. You just have to make sure that
okay.
the joint is clean, very clean,
Right.
very, very well, precise. Now, here's
Yeah.
here's a thing to think about. Now, this is the conundrum that hits every designer, I think, at some point in their career. If you're going through all that trouble with this
Mm-hmm.
metal,
Mm-hmm.
do you owe it to yourself to do it in the next metal up? Because you've formed
That's
something.
how I've
Yeah. Yeah.
when there's an innate value in the material, like that. That's like even with like because my whole like I've dabbled like the tiniest little bit into silversmithing, but most of the stuff I've done has been doing things with wire, not like wire wrapping where it's like the fancy schmancy pretty wire wrapping stuff, but just simple stuff. And like if I'm gonna do it, if I'm gonna go through all that work, why am I gonna use like let's say a silver plated wire? Why would I not use actual silver? It's like if there's an inherent value in the material and the work is going to take you the same amount of time, get the metal that's worth more, and then you can charge what your time and the beauty of what you're creating is worth, if that makes
So
sense.
it absolutely does. So it just is the impasse of whether or not, that's the end goal. If you're
Right.
making something for sale, in the case of a lot of the pieces that I made, I was making these really funky long statement necklaces, which actually I'm so stoked that they've come back in style because I love funky long necklaces, like the kind that like go all the way down to your belly button, like with a great big honking stone. And so the I was making the chains out of
Mm.
steel. And,
Oh,
and they had like different baubles and things like that kind of, mixed in. And
yeah.
that was a lot of if anybody's ever made chain, you already know like it's like some kind of level of purgatory in hell. And and so after I'm done with like this jewelry line of all these like super fun necklaces, I had clients come to me and be like, "Well, I would love that so much if it was in silver," because they didn't wanna wear steel. Now,
Right.
there were plenty of people that were fine with that,
Well,
and like I said,
right.
I even had somebody else in the gallery who made these, like, fantastic pieces out of steel. And so it was okay, but I was like, "Yeah, you
Sure.
know what? That chain took me so long that I might as
Right.
well just flip it and, make it out of silver so that somebody who walks in and, like, wants, like, not only a statement piece, but also, like,
Mhm.
that has value. Okie
Yeah.
dokie, here you go." Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I get it. It's like if you can if it's got built-in value just by what material that you're using, why not? It's going to take you exactly the amount of time. And yeah, that's why I've always like even in my little things I was doing that weren't, fine jewelry, I could at least say it's sterling silver, and that it travels with some people.
Yeah. Yeah, it does unfortunately because you have a little bit of hive mind as far as, what value is and what, metals are like, what you
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
wear or whatever. And
yeah.
Candy Cane also brings up a great point about Damascus. And so,
Mm,
that's an interesting form of steel that is acceptable in many many circles. You have tungsten. Men's
mhm.
wedding rings are being made out of tungsten right now.
Oh yeah.
And I mean I think that that's freaking awesome. And
Oh yeah.
so yeah, and oh man, I always is it Makumi Gane? I think is the way you say it when it's the precious metal version kind of Damascus that comes from
Yes.
Japan. Yeah, and I absolutely love that
Yes.
too. I've always wanted to make my own. I might figure out how to
Yeah.
make the copper, bronze, silver version of it. I think that would be so much fun. That would be like worth doing.
I'd love
But
to see you do that.
was that?
Oh, I just said I'd love to see you do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you guys are trading a bunch of cool things going back and forth, talking about casting other things like the fish lures and things like that in lead. Um, if you breathe, gold leaf disappears. That is so true.
Yeah, you
We've
got to get
got oh
everything real simple.
yeah, the cuttlefish casting is really something. I haven't done it, but my mom did, and yeah, it's true. I went straight to sand. I'm like, I can't afford the whole centrifuge and all the stuff for the lost wax casting, so I'll just do the sand. But
Makes
I,
sense.
I love how many people are excited
Indeed.
about this. And we've got Refotris swinging on in, as well as Resort Dog. Good to see you guys. Just mix the Goldschlager with your Jägermeister.
There you go.
Yeah, get that the the gold leaf is fantastic in inlay rings, by the way. It's it looks like it's so much more than it is if y'all ever do that. Have you tried that, Ma?
Mixing Goldschlager with Jägermeister? Nah.
No.
What was the actual question? I'm sorry. That's the only one that was up on the screen at the time.
Resin with gold
With gold
leaf.
leaf.
Like
Oh yeah,
if you're pouring an inlay ring, like
I haven't.
it goes so much longer than you expect.
It goes further. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
think that there's something very beautiful about resin with like the gold foil or leaf, or I'm sorry, it's definitely leaf in it, because it's just beautiful, like the transparency and then like the little floating bits of it. But I haven't done much of it. I've used resin as more of a tool and not like a where it's part of the main ingredient.
Uh-huh.
And so, but I've seen people do some beautiful stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, in the case of the inlay, resin that I've done in rings, it's just the binder for like turquoise and
Yeah,
other stuff that's in there. I've
it's the
mixed
vehicle
the
for
gold
sure.
leaf in there, and
Yeah,
it's insane because
yeah, it takes
it
up a
carries it
notch
through.
1,000 times. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
beautiful. I just haven't done it myself.
Yeah, it's awesome. Now, wait, I'm a flapper from the 20s and Kid Curry wants a bola sling made by me. That's crazy. Where did this come from? I love
That's
how
so
tangenty you guys
right?
are. Kudos. I love it. This is fantastic. Um, Hi there and good info. I thought gold was mostly safe, not so much in the lungs though. Okay. All right. So don't breathe gold
Stop and yeah.
public service announcement. Yeah, yeah, I think that it's really tasty. It's a fantastic shooter. The Goldschlager and what was the other one? Jaeger.
In Jaeger, yeah.
That
That sounds
sounds
like
like
college.
me falling on my face really hard. If I'm
That
being
sounds like
honest.
that sounds like me not waking up till noon and getting nothing done the next day. That's
And
what
not
that
being
sounds
able to eat. Like nothing.
uh, just waking up,
Yeah.
got run over by a bus. Like, no, those days are over.
Me too. I love it though. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that walk down memory lane. Like I remember. No, I'm not even. Nope. I'm not going
Mm-mm.
there.
Nope.
So
That's a tale for another day.
yeah, we're not gonna relive that tangent right now. So
Fair enough.
we're gonna actually let's
Oh,
go
and your
to
other,
what it is that we're doing tonight, shall we?
I have a further update.
Oh yeah.
Somebody is 5 minutes out from being here.
Okay, cool. Because I'm checking, and I haven't received any nasty messages on the in platform messaging system, which I usually do get. Although it looks like Mud just split on me. Although it's good news that we have another joining us soon. Wow, she just really seriously dropped. So we will be having Ma come right back, as well as another mystery guest who should be here in minutes. And we're going to start off right here and bring Ma right back. Hey.
Oh, oh, hello. Hi. I didn't accidentally hit back on the browser. It didn't happen.
I
I don't know
hate
what you're
that,
talking
man.
about.
I hate that so much. I've done that, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So what we have here is one of the submissions for the cab contest for the traditionals. And
Yes.
would you mind giving us an overview of what it is that
The
the theme
challenge.
is?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So Jahik won last month with his gorgeous cab, and he picked Two Face, where he wanted people to do their best to kind of go a 50-50 of either a different material in within one stone or two different colors or just some sort of contrast that kind of conjured up the two things going on. And this is a beautiful piece of Chinese Petersite that he used here in this beautiful picture. I mean, it's just perfect. Like, this is a time when you can use the simplest shape you can think of because the material is speaking for itself so hard that you don't need a distracting, beautiful shape. It doesn't need any help. He did such a
I love
beautiful
how you
job
put that.
framing this, and it's like it makes it so perfect. Like, I think that he mentioned in his little description of it that it's like the eye of Jupiter, or that he kind of had that idea in his head and he centralized it, and it's so, like, look at that. That's so perfectly, it's like it's swirled together in the middle. This
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
gold
So
and blue with a little bit of the red Petersite going on. That's gorgeous.
he said, for my submission, I chose the slab of Chinese Petersite. Thinking about the conversation on cab design I had with Karen, I chose to go with a circle with the eye in the center. That spot reminded me of Jupiter's storm
Mhm.
spot. It did end up with a couple of pressure fractures, but overall, I'm happy with this cab. Hope you all enjoy as well. And of course, he's going to be like the first guy that outs himself on any issue
Yep.
because
Well,
he's
yeah,
yeah, that
he's a,
guy.
yeah, yeah,
And so
it's beautiful. No one would ever do this, you know? Like, I'm like, oh, thanks for pointing it out. It doesn't matter. It's so beautiful. The
so
impact
let's
is just fantastic.
yeah, we're gonna do this. And so this is the addition to what he put up there on the Discord. And so,
Yeah.
as per the recommendations, or actually to fulfill the
Requirements.
challenge, yeah, the
Yeah.
requirement is not so much a recommendation. Do you want to go over this as we
Yeah.
go through? Yeah.
With a traditional cab contest, it's laid out that there needs to be a girdle, a flat back, and a dome. And so if you take it there, it's required that in one of the photos you show the cab from the side so that you can see that all three of those requirements have been met. And that one does
Great.
that in a beautiful way.
Indeed. And
And there's where he found his beautiful little composition. He's
so
so good at that.
we ask for the a picture of the rough,
Sorry.
right?
Yeah. Where did where did it come from? Like, you kind of have to show where it came from. And
What's my line? Wait, what's my line?
yeah, there's a requirement also that you show the rough that your stone came from, whether it was from a slab like this or if it was from a chunk that you cut a little slablet out of to make your piece. So this is, when he pulled this piece, found its spot, drew his circle, and then obviously went on to cut it out and then make that beautiful cabochon.
Have you ever worked the Peter site?
Yeah, I
How
have.
do you feel about Peter site?
Well, I haven't done it like a big piece or a piece that was just Petersite. You know me, I'm like, if I can force it to be more than one stone, I will do it. Uh,
Indeed.
but I made a piece that was Petersite, malachite, and Spencer opal. And Petersite is interesting. It's like It kind of depends on how silicified it is. If it's super silicified, in my experience, it's not a big deal. It's just like working with any other stone. But if you and I've especially noticed it's the same kind of thing with like tiger eye. The edges can kind of fray on you.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't had it happen with every piece I've done. Like I've only done a handful of pieces and I haven't had bad luck. I've had pretty good luck. But it can be a bit of a pain. It's its own little thing, you know? It's its own thing you kind of just have to like learn the quirks about and work around them.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like the Larimar in a way,
Hey,
because it's filament based.
as I've heard. Still haven't done it.
Me neither. I
I've
know
got one of the
we've been like strongly
strong,
pressed to do so.
yeah, not encouraged.
Wait,
Yeah,
I meant to show that one more time. There we go.
and the oof.
Yeah,
It's
a
like
moment of silence for that shine, right? Like we're both like just watching the the video.
and it's like yeah,
Dang.
it's like when you can zoom in real hard on it, it's just there's so much chatoyancy in Petersite. There's so much movement. And like I remember the first time I ever learned even about Petersite, it was before I had any lapidary equipment. And I was just ordering cabs I was in love with, like, from the internet. It was before I even knew who Kyle was. Let's just say it was that long ago. And like I bought this little cab I thought looked like Earth. And I got it home or not got it home, I got it in the mail and I was making jewelry with it, and I was like, "Wait, is there something moving? What's happening?" And then looked through it and noticed that there was like parts of it, like the chatoyancy in it is bonkers. It's so beautiful. It's one of the most interesting and dynamic materials, in my opinion. Okay, I'll shut up now. Apparently, we're moving on.
Um, we have an unexpected person swooping in
Dudley's
on our chat here. Dudley, welcome in. How are you doing this evening?
I put the E in the wrong place. I'm fixing that right now.
Oh, is it supposed to be Dudley?
It's Dudley McDudson.
Okay, Dudley. You're Dudley.
I don't want to be Dudley.
Well, sorry. It has been ordained.
It's nice that you got freed from the cab, but we still need to hunt down the culprit of whom put you in such a situation.
Yeah, this is all news to me.
Well, apparently, like if you get cryogenically frozen into an Opal cab, you don't remember.
I have no memory of this place.
Yeah.
I had told I had told him it wasn't actually his face in the Opal. It was the Opal projecting its fear back to him, so he'd stop grinding on it.
That was the thing that stuck with me most about that picture. Like, why do I look so scared? It's like my first question was, where was this screenshot pulled from? What video? What is the context of my facial expression? Because I look really worried about something.
Yeah, you look very, very concerned.
I just thought it was, like being entombed in an Opal triplet, would do that to anybody. So I wasn't concerned.
That's fair.
That's probably,
I'll give you that.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen to Theo eventually.
This is a problem tonight. Oh no, I can already see this not going well. I'm surrounded. I try to, when I go live with you guys, to not have distractions, and I have tray after tray after tray of slabs surrounding me, and this is a problem.
I thought it was cats, so that's an improvement.
I got all sorts of stuff, like this here tiger eye.
Problem as well.
I'm surrounded by dryhead agate and Montana agate and sodalite. Like sodalite.
We're probably going to need to have a look at that here in a moment. We'll get through the cabs because we have like such a long list here that we got
to get through.
And
we should. I'm just saying it's a problem. They're not even here to show you guys. They're here to list for the website. But
well, we want to see them anyway.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
So at any rate, we have our next cab here on the slab here,
Oh.
and it's this thing here. Here, Ma.
Hi, yeah, hi. I made that cab. Look at
Indeed,
that
tell us
cab.
about it.
Is it the thirdest ever Ma One Rock cab
Ever.
ever?
Lately, certain. No, not ever. I've made a lot of one stone cabs, but it is like the joke that's being kind of made here at my expense is that I said in a chat that we were, hey guys, I'm making a stone or cab with one stone. Like, and I had to, like, anybody else in the world that's like, I'm making a cab, you wouldn't ever have to say that. But
Yeah, it's just the default assumption is that it's one stone.
but yeah, I had to like
Mine
make
makes
the,
us-
like, look, oh my god, it's what I'm doing.
It's like, is everything okay, Ma?
Yeah. Is the world ending?
Is there stuff
Yeah.
going on at home you want to talk about?
Yeah, but yeah, this is a beautiful slab that I bought like maybe 3 years ago. It was before I started. I didn't have any lapidary equipment. I just bought it because I thought it was beautiful. And it's been many a prop for many a photo of many a thing I've put that thing on to take pictures with. It's never been something I was ever going to cut. Like it was just my favorite little thing. And this last challenge, I was very inspired. Like I looked over and it was literally sitting on my table and I was like, wow, that would be perfect. Like the two-face thing would be so good with this piece. And it gave me the motivation to cut it and make a stone from it. And I had never looked at it in that way before because it was never gonna be that thing. And I knew that the background was quartz based. I had no idea how cool the patterning was because you cannot see it in the rough. The
Yeah.
patterning in the quartz, you couldn't see it at all. And the shinier it got, I just kept being like, oh man, like, okay, thank you for making me feel better, little stone. I feel like I've released your inner beauty a little bit because I couldn't see it before. And
Oh yeah, no,
I
totally.
turned out. It's and we're like I'm almost wishing that I'd made the back the front because look at how cool the definition
Yeah,
is.
it's freaking
Of those
awesome.
little there.
I have an
that-
example of the phenomena you're describing right in front of me, where you cannot really see the texture of quartz pockets until you get inside the quartz pocket and see how freaking cool it is. Like this just looks kind of meh, but on the inside, it's like, oh, that's dope. You literally would never know until you start working on it.
Never.
So did
just
you tell everybody what it was?
me
It's a rock, surely.
definitely, but my best guess is that it's some sort of like it's some sort of Mexican lacy thing. I don't know its exact location.
My
I've never
vote is
seen-
Mexican lace. I think it's
Yeah,
Mexican
because-
lace.
I don't know of anywhere like it became kind of clear to me as I was making it that it's colored by I mean it's definitely iron. Is it I think it's probably because what it looks to me like is like fire they call fire quartz. It's when you've heated up hematoid quartz.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
has that look, and like I don't know if this I can't imagine someone going, oh, let's heat treat this agate, but it looks just like that.
I'm wishing I know I do have an example kind of right here. You get red quartz quite a lot on Mexican lace, actually.
Well, right,
Which is why
but
I
I had just
That's
I had
just
just
why
never
my
seen
vote
it.
is for Mexican lace. I've never seen one like that though. That's freaking awesome.
No, me either. I haven't since, or like I would snap it up if I could find it. Like I sat on it, and I mean, you can see right there. I grabbed it from like that last little bubble on the end there. That's the central part of the cab, and so I still got quite a lot left, but yeah, I
Yeah,
love the
Freaking
material.
awesome.
It took me so long to take the leap, and I'm glad I did. I think it's so pretty, and I had no clue how pretty the quartz was in that.
hmm Yeah, that quartz really came alive.
Very nice.
See, this is such a problem because whenever anyone mentions anything, I'm going to be like, oh, I have an example for that. Because I'm not already pedantic. Are you referring to this phenomena?
Are you gonna show? Are you gonna show it? I can put you on
Yeah,
so that you can show.
Screen.
Hold on. Oh,
Mexican
you're late.
lace.
Wait, hold on. Let me get my other way. There we go.
Oh yeah, get out of the way for sure. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, like
sorry.
I mean, I've seen lots and lots of red in that
Well, this was
way.
some of that really like high grade stuff that I have set aside. The grays and yellows are actually the norm. It's the red is kind of it's the one you see the most in jewelry, but that's just because it's considered the highest grade. But while we were talking about this the other day, I was cabbing yellow Mexican lace, and it's like some of my favorite stuff. I love the red, but I almost like the yellow even more.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love all incarnations of beautiful details.
Just any lace
And I
agate is going to have my heart.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Look at Karen's face. Okay, wait, she's back to normal now.
Sorry.
I did this.
I think
You
it
wanted
froze
me to
for-
come on.
Yeah, this is our fault. We should ask him to do it.
I was requested to come on and do this.
It's true. It's true. And so we're like going to meander in between this thing that we're supposed to be doing in tangents, of course.
Is that your really polite way of saying, okay, Theo, stay on track, you monster?
No, because like we literally we're halfway through the submissions already.
And there's only
We're
there's
doing
literally
really good.
Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trays of slabs. So if we go through the cabs too fast, I've got show and tell for days here.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried. And so,
Yeah, me and Ma, we don't talk much.
never. But look, Theo literally earlier she was like, "Oh, if Theo comes on, we don't even need more material because." And then she was like, tangents in like the biggest way you can write tangents because that's just
Yeah, I don't do that. I've never done that.
No.
three of us together. It's just ridiculous. Oh but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh look, I love Jerry's cab.
Yeah, I love
And
that.
Spot is exclaiming, "Hey, I was promised tangents." So, we are here to deliver.
The tangent has arrived.
Yeah, the tangent bus stops here. And so we have, see how I just did away with you guys just for a moment.
Get out of here.
Next.
This is Jerry Wisconsin Rockstalkers cab, and both of you guys are excited about that. Mike, you want to tell us a little bit about this?
It's gorgeous little mountain scene that he has perfectly composed within this long oval, which I love. I want to say it's Moroccan, but I think I might be wrong. I'll let you read the description of what the material is, but I love it because it looks like a storm going across a mountain range.
It is. It's definitely stormy mountains. I love that too. And I'll check those the description as soon. I'm sharing the screen right now, so
Yeah.
we'll do this.
I'm
first.
still here. I just have to hop away. The cat needs away from me at this moment.
Okay, see you in
Okay.
a sec. But yeah, there's the shot of the girdle, the dome, and the flat bottom. So you qualify, sir. And there's
Here's
this beautiful
the rough.
Yeah, there's the rough. If you can call
Look
it
at the stripes on the right.
ain't nothing rough about that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's ooh, me too. Oh, Karen.
Wow.
I know. I'm ogling parts of I'm like, well, you haven't used that.
Right? Yeah.
Is that
You.
Hey
Ooh.
Jerry, is that your scrap bin?
Yeah, right. I want the
How do you
stripes
feel
on the
about that
scrub
right
bin.
side?
Dang. Yeah,
That's a
no.
really lovely piece.
It is. That's a banging slab right there. Here we go.
It's so nice.
Yeah, great mountain scene.
Yep. And he
Nailed.
split it. He nailed the 50-50 thing too. Like that mountain range, it's like it cuts it right through the middle. It's so good.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that because
I
we could
thought
just
it's so
be.
distracting. It's so pretty just as its own thing. And then I was like, oh yeah, the face part. Yeah, it's fantastic. It even looks like it's got a little like lake in front of the like middle mountain. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
and good, nice polish there too,
Oh,
sir.
always. He makes quality stuff.
Yes, quality lapidary. Let's get that out of there. Whoop. Hi. There's that. There's us again.
Dude, where'd Dudley go? I mean, yeah, where'd
Da-
Dud? His name is Dudley for at least a few days. Sorry.
I know. Yeah, he brought that on himself. And so those are, I think that those are the cab submissions for the traditional, no?
They are, yeah.
Wow.
And I'm not
Oh,
sure if you're aware of this,
what's that?
but I can tell you if you would. I don't know if it's something that you would want to. Maybe you should do it. I don't. You don't have to. There's also been a late submission to the jewelry contest while we've been live.
I might be able to grab that. And we'll go on to the we're gonna do the free for all, of course.
Right.
I just
Yep.
am going to go grab those while we do a little bit of filler. How in the world did you guys rack up 43 comments to each other while this was going on?
Uh,
That's
I'm checking the
hilarious.
chat. I was trying to. I don't know. I was wrangling your guests for you, Karen. That's what I.
Yes,
That's what was
yes,
happening.
Wrangler.
Yeah, I was pretending I was
It
like
was like
the
the
complex equation. I was like, let me
tangent warm up.
you.
That's so funny. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so we're gonna go on over to the free for all, which you guys got to see some of when we were doing the opening credits. And let's see, let's add this to the stage. Can you tell us a little something about this?
Yeah, this is the challenge this month for the free for all cab thing, and this is the first month that we've done our own theme. By the way, we tried to do. We were really wanting to tie it in with the traditional contest. Like, here's the traditional contest. We're gonna add a twist to it. It was a good idea on paper, but it got kind of complicated once you like get into it, and then it started to kind of feel like I started to feel like if you've won a contest, it feels like maybe you should get to choose what the new theme is, not just like add something to another part. And so we did a little vote and a little poll, and everybody voted for, yep, let's go ahead and just make it where it's its own theme. And the theme for this month was underwater or under the sea or any kind of way that you interpret underwater, whether that's in an aquarium or a river or whatever.
Shallow puddle.
Or a puddle, yeah.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I had
like
to fix something because I did something wrong, but it's fixed now. All right, I'll explain after.
Okay. So
thank you, Ryan.
Lately, I've been. I got this idea to take Oko or Ocho, however you want to pronounce it, geode slices because I've got so many of them and they're so beautiful, and I've been sitting on them going like, I'm gonna think of something cool to do with these eventually. And it finally popped into my head. I'm gonna make a hollow cab where I can put things inside of it and kind of create a little thing. And like, I've got a thing where I'm kind of obsessed with tiny dioramas and tiny little, like, I want to create worlds you feel like you want to crawl into and walk around in. And this is the third one. Actually, it's the fourth one. I just haven't finished the third one. This is the fourth one I've done. And since it was underwater, I picked some Horse Canyon agate to use as the back, and that's kind of acting as tendrils of seaweed. And then I use that beautiful little pyretized ammonite from the Jurassic Coast in the UK, and a beautiful little star crinoid stem segment as the starfish, quote unquote, and then just put in some sand, and I made this little scene, and I just think it's adorable and I love it. Like, I want to wander around in there.
It is totes adorbs, to be fair.
Oh,
Totes
that's what I was going for.
It definitely invokes the feeling of totes adorbs.
It was challenging because at first I did it loose. Like I made it so that the sand was loose and the little bits were loose. And that's great in theory until you take one picture, right? And then you move it and then there's just sand like everywhere and you can't get the little pieces to stay on the top. And then sand has gotten into like the little crevices of the ammonite and like it was not good. It was great in theory. I was like, I want it to be kinetic. And then the more I thought about it, I'm like, this is terrible. Like I'll get one picture at the beginning, I'll seal the back on, get one picture, and then I'll just have this like mess forever. So and I asked the advice of my co-conspirators here, and I was like, I want to make the sand not look wet. Even though it's an underwater scene, I was like, I kind of want to make it static. And I ended up doing that. And it was a challenging thing to like think about, like, how am I going to do that? And Karen was like, can you make something that you coat with sand? And I had thought just like within that last half hour, I've got some putty resin where it's literally like sculptable kind of clay consistency resin. And I just coated it with sand and then shaped it exactly how I wanted it and then pushed the little shells into it and it worked out so perfectly. And now the little buddies won't get buried.
Well done.
And thank you.
I was looking at it and then it went away.
We were looking at you looking at it. Because
I
had
freaking
to
love
take
that
it down so I can put the next one up actually without revealing the big reveal before
Before the big reveal, I want to throw myself under the bus really quick. I just entered for the jewelry competition in the Discord, and I totally put it in the wrong place.
Oh,
Where did you
So
put it?
Ryan was like, this isn't
Did you put
right.
did you put it in the
Yeah.
showcase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you, Ryan, for catching that for me.
All right. And so, but what you were about to talk about before the jewelry showcase, which we will show, since that was so much the front half of our discussion about jewelry and whatnot. We have this amazing thing that we sort of recognize and then sort of don't. So tell us a little bit about this.
It's whimsy, is what it is. No, it's one of my favorite things I've made in recent times. It is a Turritella opal or Turritella agate Spencer opal triplet, and it's magical.
Okay, so anybody who needs this a little bit more broken down, because what you just said, like I can't even look at you right now.
I literally am looking for the right slab of Turritella because I have the stack of it next to me. So all right,
like
here.
of Theo so that I can actually look at what he's talking about.
So
It's gorgeous.
I'm not okay. I'm all like getting the slab ready and showing it. And I'm not even
okay. No, you're not up. You're not up.
Okay,
Okay.
So Turritella agate is filled with Alemia agate. It was incorrectly named, and we don't talk about it. Anyway, this right here is what you get when you orient them properly in the saw. You get less slabs, but you get really good, like fully. I have an example. Fully loaded shells that are just beautiful, and I love them. But what I did was I took one of. Where's a good example? This one's actually a really good example. One of the really clear outlines, like well-defined outlines of Turritella. I put my Spencer opal over top of that, then ground it super thin to the point where the opal becomes transparent, and then just treated it like a normal opal triplet. But it's awesome. And it's kind of a ghost shell because the blue and purple, when the blue and purple is firing, it's like super transparent. You can see the shell really well. But when you rotate it and move it around and the green and yellow and gold start showing up, it just completely disappears. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a very cool effect.
It's freaking awesome. I love it. I did not expect to love it as much as I do. I'm
Yeah,
kind of obsessed with it.
it
Okay,
looks
so
great.
this is the profile
Yeah.
which is necessary for the regular cab competition. But what I like about this is that it really illustrates what you were trying to convey as far as the triplet goes. Look at what's going
Yeah.
on here, folks. And so could you one more time for anybody who like it might have like washed through their hair the first time
Yeah.
you explained what went through here? Yeah, go ahead and break this
Yes.
down one more time.
So you can see the backing is the Turritella agate. Then that little thin layer is the opal, and then that's a quartz cap over top of everything.
Yeah, wow. And the opal is being reflected in the quartz right in this picture.
That's
right?
what's the bonkers.
Yeah, it is.
Like that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Yeah.
Just look at that.
Yeah, I love it.
A little bit
love it.
more. Wait for it.
It's so nice. It makes me so happy. So I of course because of this have slabbed like 8 more rocks of Turritella so that I can make more because I am so obsessed with them.
Yeah.
Please do.
Here we go. Here we go. This is what I was looking for.
Yeah, when the green and gold fires, it just goes invisible, and then you rotate it and the blue fires, and suddenly there's a shell there. It's crazy.
The
See that?
sound in the background is actually all the snare drummers that he has doing like this drum roll while he
Oh my
rolls out
gosh.
all the things.
We
My
can't
shop
hear it.
is a cacophony at all times.
Oh, you
We
guys
can't-
can't hear it? Dang.
No, we
No.
can't.
Oh man.
It's probably
It
a
sounds
mixture of the slab saw, the vibratory lap, the rock tumbler. Like, yeah, there's always
Yeah.
This last week, Theo's videos he's been sending to me don't have any tumbler sounds in it because it's like the week he gets his stones
It-
out of the tumbler. And
I
it's
literally
just-
have it running all the time. And it just so happened that both the vibratory lap and the tumbler finished on the same day this week.
And it's
Wow.
weirdly, eerily quiet when you post it. Those 2 days, it was like scary. I was like, I don't know who sent me this video. It couldn't have been Theo.
It's so quiet.
There's no cacophony in the background. I don't know what's
Oh,
happening.
it bugs me.
And like, I need therapy. It's just, I'm just
I'm-
letting you know. It's
I
probably your
think
fault.
it's rewired my brain to the point where I need white noise now because my brain just views all of the tool sounds as white noise. So when it's just silent at the shop, I'm like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like this. Stuff needs to get reset up like immediately.
Right. And you did that to me now. You spread that over here so that now when I got so used to there being this giant noise wall
Yeah,
when
all
I
the
played
time.
videos, so that now when there isn't one, I'm like, what's wrong? Why is this weird? What's going on?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one more submission, which is the jewelry submission, right?
Which I literally did right before coming on and then was told that I did it wrong. So I fixed it after I came on.
Okay, so I think I have located, in fact, where that is, and so
And I deleted it from the other place where I did it wrong.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and let us know what it is that we're looking at here?
So I'm crazy freaking busy, so I wasn't even planning on doing the jewelry contest this month, and I was working on a batch of iris pendants. And I was like looking at this thing, I'm like, okay, this is perfect for the jewelry contest. I have to make it either way, so I might as well post it. So this is an iris agate pendant, and it is stunning. That is a really good iris agate. Made from silver that I built from scratch using a heap of scrap because I am out of all of my actual like preformed silver. It is literally scrap or nothing right now.
Oh boy, I feel your pain
Yeah.
big time.
Very
Greg
topical.
asked a question. Wow, that is one thin sliver of opal. How stressed were you about possibly breaking, getting too thin? And I think that this is a great question because I think that kind of talking a little bit about the approach might help when people see this.
Yeah. So with the opal triplets, especially with the Spencer opals, once you have them glued down and backed, they're not stressful at all. It's when you're trying to get into the color bar initially that is super stressful, because if it's a thin bar, like 2 seconds too long on a 600 grit plate and you're through the bar and it's gone forever. But once you actually get down and face the initial bar, and then you take your slab, Mexican lace agate in this case, and glue it down, it's just a simple matter of grinding through the rest of the rock until you hit the color bar. So once you have it backed, it's really, really stable and safe. If you're going to have issues, almost always it's going to happen as you're facing it, not after you glue it down.
Nice.
And I have murdered quite some opals by grinding through color bars.
For
Me
sure. And I mean, that's like, it used to be punishable by death if you broke an opal or
Yeah.
or destroyed one. And so I mean, it's very stressful. Opal
Yeah.
is a game of chicken. Absolutely.
Yep.
Like your foot is taped to the gas pedal, and you just have to, it's a
Well,
stressful
that's
game.
how I view the opals in general, and I know it stresses a lot of people out. Like when we were at Spencer the second time, Brian asked me how I work through them all as fast as I do, and I'm like, it's just reckless abandon, really.
or else you'd like literally, be having anxiety attacks all the time.
Yeah,
it's
but I
literally
also say
you kinda
that
have to
I have.
let it go.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go.
Okay, I also have an unfair advantage when it comes to Spencer opals because I've worked with Amolite for so many years before moving on to Spencer opals. So working on super crazy thin stuff that is ridiculously fragile was very much in my wheelhouse before I started making opal tripets. Which is why I fell so in love with the Spencer opals, because it's like meshing together my love of opals with my love of the process of working with Amolite. So it's really just the perfect opal for Theo.
That makes so much sense.
It's
Yeah.
Theo's opal.
Yeah.
That was
I just
thoughtful of
love them.
Spencer to do. Yeah.
The
Mhm.
hardest part with doing any kind of, well, especially, I'm going to say any kind of, but especially with the stuff from Spencer, is a lot of it is very thin, and your
Mm.
only option is really doing a triplet or a doublet if you're getting real lucky.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is like you have to learn how to orient your grinding, and
Yeah.
that to me was the very hardest part, was figuring out, because you could know, okay, it's right there, but now you've got this, you can draw a line on that, right? And as Theo pointed out to me when he was first showing me like tips when I was starting to try it myself, was like draw on the bar, right? Now you see
Yeah.
exactly where the line is. Well, the trouble I got into is when I went to then go grind, like that line is two-dimensional. You have to have that line go all the way around it, right?
All the way around the stone. You can't just do the bar. You have to follow that. And sometimes it's easier to go from the opposite side of the rock and grind through until you hit, like so. I know I have an example. One sec. Where's an example? There's rocks surrounding me. Surely I have an example nearby. We'll use this. So say this red patch right here is your opal pocket and the rest is potch. You would go on the side and mark your color bar, but then so you know what you're going to be good. If you just want opal, if you want matrix, you have to kind of guess and eyeball it. You go on the opposite side where it's matrix and grind down until you hit that opal pocket, and then you can actually like mark a line here, and then follow those two lines so that you can mark all the way around.
Right.
That is generally what I do.
Yeah, and like I've done, like, let's not kid ourselves, I've done maybe like a 98% of the opals that Theo has done. But yeah, like I figured out what I had to do was find a strong line, because they're all in these perfectly placed pockets, like, or not pockets, like they're literally like water lines, right?
They are they're like waterline opal.
But it's opal. And so what you have to do is I would find the strongest, clearest straight line and then make a circumference thing. And I would do the thing where I'd grind on the other side just till it hit that same level of opal. I didn't even need to see the flash in it, but just so you could get that line all the way around it. And that was the trickiest part. And you could still be like, oh, you're cruising along and think you're there, and then you get there and you realize like, oh, I've been doing it a little while, so my angle is shifted slightly, and it's a lot of work, and it's just
Well-
it's not to be taken lightly how much like attention has to go into these things.
Well, and it's also like you have the reason staying oriented and making lines to follow is so important, because if you are just ever so slightly off on this side, that translates to a huge difference over here. So
Huge.
if you are looking at this side and you're off slightly, you've ground through your entire color bar over here.
You're gonna just get it on the edge at that point.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's a art form within itself.
I
It's
freaking
insane.
love them because they're real. I don't know. It's funny and counterintuitive because of how stressful they are, but I love them so much. Chasing Spencer bars is like my favorite thing to do anymore.
I think because there's a level of that in there, it makes it so much more
Oh,
satisfying when you do it successfully. And like
Yeah.
I've like I said, I've done maybe like 7 of them. And like I understand the concept, but I'll never like I don't have the amount that you have. So like I haven't gone through that
I
kind
don't either anymore.
of right. But like you have a wealth of expertise now because of that. And
Yeah.
I thank you for sharing the little bit you've told me, and I've tried to share the little bit you've told me with people that ask me, and that's
Oh
how
yeah.
we're all gonna
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
am all about the not guarding of information. If you ever have questions, just send me a message. Do it multiple times because I probably won't see the first one. Let's be real. I will probably miss it, and I apologize about that.
So Tara has a question. Is the iris self-collected when y'all get back to the pendant?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Thank you, Tara.
I have like a tiny amount of iris that I didn't collect myself, and that would be like I have a few iris Brazilian agates, and then I have a few other. I don't even remember off the top of my head. I have like a total of like 6 iris agate that I didn't collect myself. So if you ever see me selling iris, I probably got it myself at somewhere.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so this
I guess we're
this
back to
pendant.
this.
Yeah, we're back to the pendant.
Back to the pendant.
Back to the
Tan-
pendant. We've got this piece that you fabricated from scratch out of scrap and collected yourself, and I can see your finger through the translucency of the stone. You want to kind of approach what it is that you're doing with an iris when you're putting it into a pendant?
Iris, it defeats the purpose entirely if you don't have an open back. Like the whole point of iris is that light needs to shine through it. So what you do is you make a cup, but then you drill a little hole in the bezel cup and then cut out almost all of the back plate. So it's just a tiny little rim holding the rock in place. And I think I actually have a picture of the back side of it on the next one. No, that's
Almost.
the side. I know I took a picture of the back of it. Yeah, there you go. That's the back side. So it's literally just a bezel cup, but the majority of the back is cut out of. Because it doesn't take much to hold on to it. Once the bezel is actually crimped down, like the tiniest little lip of silver is all it takes to keep it pretty secure.
Just needs a seat. Yeah.
Yep. So this
What?
happens.
What?
Yeah, that's a really good iris.
Stupid, ridiculous, nice.
I have a couple more slabs from that one, and I don't think they're going anywhere. That was a really good iris.
that barcode is spazzing so hard, man. I
Yeah.
want to get that. Yeah,
Oh man.
it's fantastic.
So I have
so-
sorry, go ahead.
No, tell me what you're gonna tell me because I've got the question on cue.
Oh, okay. I have, as I showed you guys, I have another batch in the tumbler that I started like 2 days ago, and there is 48 iris cabochons in there, and a lot of them in there put this one to shame, and I am so excited to see them come out because they are craziness. The
Yeah,
thought of an
it's-
iris putting this one to shame is saying something.
Yeah, it really is. And
Yeah.
so I think going back to that picture, just for the question, just in case anybody at all in the chat or lurking out there, which I know actually might there might be a few that I even know of might not understand like the contralus or how somebody needs to look at an iris so that they get it to make this color thing happen?
Iris is
Yeah.
really specific. It takes a very specific angle for it to actually start. Like you can see in this picture, you would think light head on behind it. That is actually not what you want. If you see it in the picture, the light is off to the side at a slight angle, and then your piece is here. It's just the way that the light has to travel and disperse through the banding. If you do it head on, you're usually just going to get a washed out thing, which is kind of, it's, most people probably have iris in their possession right now and they don't even know it. Not just because they're not cut thin enough usually, but also because it's a really specific way that you have to light them, unless it's like a really good one.
I just saw everybody like sit there for a second in shock, going like, I have iris, and like everybody's leaving right now.
So iris on this grade, me and Ma were literally talking about this yesterday. Iris of this grade is not common. The phenomenon of iris is not uncommon at all.
Yeah.
I literally guarantee if anyone watching here has more than 10 slabs of agate or 10 agates that are clearer, you probably are sitting on iris right now.
100%.
So get up off of your thing, people.
The problem is if you are cutting agates for jewelry, you want them thicker. If you are cutting agates for iris, they need to be literally like a quarter of this thickness. So if there's no iris, you officially can't use this for anything anymore. So a lot of people don't just cut their agates that thin unless you're Ma.
So
Yeah.
so tell them how thin does it want to be for an iris in case they wanted to try to cajole, if they've got an agate that looks like it's got really nice tight fortification lines, how thin do they need to know it is before they start seeing some of that spectrum happening?
So the rule of thumb is 2 to 5 millimeters is when on the thicker end of that, you'll probably only see cloudy, milky bands, but those will get more saturated in color as they go up the grit. And like as it gets polished more, but if you thin it down, the color will get more rich too. I have some iris that is so strong and so good that even at 5 millimeter, it's showing saturated colors like that. Now that I have my new blade on my saw, I cut all of my iris agate if I'm looking for iris at about 1 millimeter.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the move. And like, me with my Intarsia stuff, like I end up having to have thin
wafer
pieces
thin.
Right. And so you accidentally stumble upon like the cab that you showed earlier of my under the water one, the back of that, which is Horse Canyon agate, has freaking iris in it. Now it's tiny. It's tiny, and you kind of have to have like massive magnification and the perfect lighting to see it, but it's there. And so like Theo's saying, it's like, it's everywhere. This phenomena of it is everywhere. It's just, can you get it thin enough? And is it high grade enough to where it's like this thing that bounces across the whole stone?
Yeah.
Or like that whole section of the stone. And that's where it becomes more rare. And like, I can tell you, I finished my cab yesterday for the traditional contest, and I finished it way earlier than I thought I was. And I was just sitting there like, what the heck am I going to do today? And I pulled out all my thin like Montana agate slices, and I just started coating them with UV resin because if you do that, they look just like they will if they're polished. And I put a little on the back and front of things, and I found so much iris. Now, not tons of it was fantastic, but it's there. It's magical. Even the like most modest of it is magical.
Yeah,
no,
like even the tiniest amount of iris will make you freak out the first time you find it on your own. Like you will lose your mind. It is very exciting. First one you cut one like this, you will be hooping and hollering, I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
Theo, have you ever thought of using some form of light to backlight an iris piece? Asks John the Saucer Hunter.
Yes, I have. And the problem is the light is so specific. I literally was trying to figure out how to like literally make like a pendant that has lighting and built into it. But the way the light has to interact with the stone, it's literally impossible. The light has to be kind of far back and really bright, and it has to be pure neutral white. Otherwise, you'll lose a lot of your color. Yeah. So what I am planning on doing, and I already have a few tested, worked out. I need to find them. I did this like a couple of years ago, and I don't know where any of them are anymore. But they're little slab stands that have a really powerful angled LED going straight up. So you lay your iris agate slab down on it, and it will be always rainbow because the light is built into the stand.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so I want to actually like make more of these because it's such an awesome way to display literally anything transparent, but especially the iris.
Nice. Okay, so
well, right, and there's also. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that me and Theo also got into conversations about while I was looking through all this stuff, I started to figure out that angle is crucially important to what is cut, right? Because I have a bunch of stuff that's cut into tiny thin slabs, and it was done for different reasons. Like, I don't think these people that were doing what, like with these pieces that I have, they weren't looking for iris as far as I can tell.
Yeah, most people aren't, to be fair.
Right. But what I started to figure out as I just looked at these things longer and longer is, man, the angle is crucial. And if it's not
very important.
Like, you kind of have to have the banding going perpendicular to the face of whatever you're making, right? And so, like, I have some pieces where I'm going like, oh, if I hold it this angle that's almost flat, which it's kind of like with labradorite, right?
Yeah.
Where you have to have it. It's a perfect, like, if it's not cut on the right face, like, oh, here's somebody holding a cab up online of a piece of labradorite. It looks all flashy. You get it home and it looks like a gray thing until you angle it to where you can't even see it, at like table level, and then you can see the flash, and you're like, crap. Well, it's kind of the same thing. Like, and if you're not going, like, you can't know. These things are so, and man, bands move. Like, agates aren't lighting themselves up for our convenience. Like, their little ripples and whatever are doing what they're going to do. So all you can really do at that point is have it cut a little thicker and then angle it correctly when you are grinding to it.
Yeah, the orientation is crucial. Like, it's probably more important than the thickness, honestly, because you can have an iris of this quality or nicer and have it show no color whatsoever because the angle's off. What was the analogy I used when I was describing it to you, Ma? Trying to remember.
Oh, yeah, you talked about tunnels. You said you have to be looking into the tunnel. Yeah,
that's it. So picture an agate. I just had a slab in my hand. Picture an agate. This is the banding. You see the banding. So picture each one of those bands as the walls of a tunnel. The iris is sitting inside of the tunnel. You are not going to be able to, like, that's your angle you want for iris. This was not an iris, so I didn't even bother trying, but like, that's your ideal angle so that those bands are nice and hard. If you tilt it, you are no longer viewing the tunnel. You are viewing the wall of said tunnel. So the goal with iris is to make a perfect overhead view of that tunnel so that you can see into it, thus unlocking the rainbow.
Yeah.
I like unlocking the rainbow. Yes.
Yeah. It's there. You just have to cut it right.
Right.
Theo sent me a piece of iris, and it's a really long piece, right? And looking at this thing, I found the best spots. Like, oh, it's going to be super bright in this one spot, but it wasn't necessarily where I wanted it. But the angle of the bands had shifted, which is not in control.
They roll.
They absolutely roll. And so the spot I wanted was right in the middle. Right at the top and bottom, they were already lined up right. In the middle, needed to be shifted a little. Now, like, I made a cab today, actually, where I had to shift it just a little because it was this cool spot where the bands kind of met, and I wanted it right there, So you're having to, as much as you can, change it. Like, I couldn't get it to perfect, but I got it to as close to perfect as I could before it became molecules tethered together by nothing, pretty
there
much. Was nothing else I could do. Like, every other part of it was already perfectly cut, but the one little spot I had to, like, angle it in. And I'm knowing now, like, I've finished with it, and it's like it's at angles. It's beautiful. It's at angles where it does the literally where it looks like you're looking at a freaking CD or
I think I have an example on one of these rocks. I don't have a flashlight, otherwise I'd show you. But there's literally a fold inside of the banding right here. That's especially common in Montana agate, which makes iris hunting kind of frustrating because you can have perfect normal flat banding, and then on one side it just randomly will curl down, and then you've got to either correct for that in your cab or just accept that your rainbow goes away in that spot.
right.
Yeah.
It's so fun though, and so beautiful and
Oh,
so
it's the
fulfilling.
best. It's the best. We were talking about this the other day too, where I was like explaining all of my favorite rocks. I'm sorry, Karen. Last thing, and, like the Spencer Opals and the Ammonite and Larimer, and I'm like, why do I hate myself? Why are all my rocks so hard to work with? All of my top 10 is that way. It's like such a pain to work with.
I think it's the challenge that feeds your satisfaction at the end of it. Like,
it could be that Kim calls me a masochist.
I don't think so. I think that it's like if it was easy, anybody could do it kind of thing, and like you've been doing this stuff for a long time, and it's like a little bit of a challenge is required for it to be interesting, probably to you at this point.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, there's tons of rocks I really like that I never work with, just because it's like, meh. I've got more Spencers to get.
Theo is in his high-centered Spencer obsession.
We've gone twice, and I am almost out.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I literally am going to have to buy more here pretty soon because I keep running through it so fast.
Dude gets free stuff and is like, I'm about to buy the $300 box because he can't not do it. Like, he needs it in his life.
Like, I work on at least like 3 to 6 Spencers a week. I just can't stop. I have to do it. It is such an obsession, and they're so much fun. Like, I'm wearing one right now. I just love them so much. Yeah, they've become my spirit rock.
Do that again, though. Do the little flashy flash with it again.
Isaac was freaking out when he saw this one because apparently cat's eyes are super rare in the Spencer Opals. And I was like, really? I knew I liked it, but I didn't know that was rare.
Yeah, that's nice.
This one's mine. This one's going nowhere. It's my special ring.
Oh, yeah.
It's so beat up. I was wearing this when we went and we were digging for aquamarine on Mount Antero, so it's in such bad condition.
Well,
this is my everyday wear.
So you can clean it up. It's all right.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they're for. They're for wearing.
Yeah, no. I'll probably remake the setting at some point. Just the same setting, just redo it because it's in rough shape. Sorry. Anyway, tangents aside.
Greg says that he's going to be out there in June, so
heck yeah!
Strike up some kind of a deal if you need.
Oh, you're going to Blue Jewel too, dude? We should get in touch because I was super planning on doing Blue Jewel this year. Blue Jewel is awesome.
Yeah.
Get a hold of me, Greg. Come summertime, we should totally work this out because I'm planning on going to Spencer multiple times this year because I'm obsessed. But Blue Jewel, I've been wanting to do for quite some time, so that would be awesome.
Nice. Sounds like a date.
Yeah.
Now we were just looking at your piece, and we didn't make it all the way through. We've got the Crucible, which I like. This brings it all the way back to what we started off with this evening with recycling the metals and how we get the silversmithing done anymore if you just aren't loaded. And so, could you tell us a little bit about your Crucible here?
So ever since I started, long before I had any means of actually melting, I have alwaase kept my scrap. Every little piece of bezel I clip off, every little bit of wire I clip off, every little tiny sliver of back plate that is left over from cutting off, it all gets saved. And after 2 years of going through all of my scrap, I am almost toward the end of it. And it is a sad, sad, sad day. I literally have not had to buy silver in like 3 years because I've just been using my scrap. And it will save you. And I am dreading the fact that I would run out of silver right at this moment where silver is more expensive than it's ever been.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
But this is what the Crucible looks like before you fire it with your torch. And the way that you continue on, just in case there are some people that are watching that don't know the exact, like, okay, I'm looking at some random shapes of metal in a little dish right now, but
Yeah.
then you showed me that finished piece of jewelry, the place in between here, what we're seeing, and where that beautiful piece of jewelry ends up. What did you just do?
So those are actually those little balls I melted down just to have it more manageable and easy. It's called grain. This is kind of too big to be considered grain, but it's when you take a bunch of your scrap and you just melt it into a ball, and then it's easier to store than like a jar of just little shavings and stuff like that. So these will all get melted down into a bigger ball, molten ball, which will then get poured into my graphite mold, which will either be a little bar about this big or a disc. The disc is what I use to run through my mill, my rolling mill, to make sheet and backplate. Or I can feed it through my square wire, which will make that little bar like this big turn into a several foot long length of square wire, which I can then either clip to use for other stuff and have square wire, or I can feed it through the half round thing of my mill, or I can feed it through the actual like main body of the mill to flatten it to make my own bezel.
Excellent.
And it
Thank you
is
for that description, because I know a lot of people, like, they haven't done it before, so they can't visualize. Okay, but you haven't taken us there yet. You said us this wonderful point A to point B thing.
It is only possible to do that because of the mill. You really can't use recycled silver if you don't have access to a mill. Like, good luck processing it into the things that you need, honestly. Like, the mill is the biggest piece of that puzzle.
It is valuable. I used to hammer pieces down. So in small format, you can reuse by hammering, but it's a hard road to hoe, people.
It sucks. I hammered out a few of my own bands, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. This sucks.
Right.
This sucks.
Wait, I thought you said you were a masochist. Come on.
Yeah, it's a different kind of suck. Like, I don't know. If you just need like a nice flat piece of silver for like a little bezel back cup, or like bezel cup backing, I should say, it's not that hard. You can hammer a little flat piece out. But if you need like multiple inches of back plate, that's a whole different beast to try to do that by hand without the metal.
Truly.
Yeah.
Ma?
What?
Yeah. What?
Oh, I was going to say earlier, when you were looking at that little cup of metal, it might look to people who know any better. It looks like there's two different kinds of metal in there, because some of it looks like slightly discolored, or like, not silver. That's just from heat, from other things you've done. Right? Okay, I just wanted to make that, because like I think I'd be confused if I didn't know. I'd think like, oh, does he have brass in there?
Yeah, no, that's just fire scale or like heat tarnishing. So that little square will never probably get used. I use that as a lift when I make pendants, so that my bail isn't flush with the back plate. I like the bail to be like if this is your cup. Oh, where am I? There I am. This is your cup. I like my bail to be kind of in the middle of the bezel, not in the level with the back plate. So I literally will lay my bail on that little silver square so that it lifts it up the right amount.
It just looks like, if you were looking at that, I would be like, oh, there's a little piece of brass in there or something. Like, I would be confused, not knowing what I'm looking at. So I just put it out.
That's why, if you notice, that little burnt spot on that square is a perfect half circle.
Yeah.
Because I use that as my little step. Yeah. Yep. That's my little riser.
Oh, man. I'm telling you.
Tips you didn't even know you needed or wanted.
Yeah, truly. I mean, but it's those times you were talking about lamenting that you were getting rid of some of your last snips and stuff. And it used to be my rule that I would not melt down, or I wouldn't use in my mill the sprues, because the sprues always get added to the next project so that there would be sprue material, right?
Yep, exactly.
Right. And so those of you who don't cast, the sprue is the extra that goes down the funnel of the casting. And then, your ring or whatever it is that you're casting is cut away from the sprue. And then you take that chunk of silver and you add it to your next crucible for your next piece of jewelry. So you're always on the piece of jewelry instead of adding sprue metal. I actually used 2 sprues in my last couple custom pieces of
because that's how tough the times are.
They are so tough. I'm like, I'm using my sprues.
It's so real.
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean.
No, like, I mean, I'm not even doing this stuff yet, and I understand because that's like I need this as my buffer and my extra to make sure that the thing I'm doing actually gets full enough.
Well, especially with casting.
So desperate. Then you're like, I need it. I will figure something else out later. You do that.
I need that now.
It's different when it comes to fabricating. You can make a pen like that pendant. I waited after I was done. It's only 0.1 troy ounce. Like you can, they're very light, but with casting, you need volume of metal. You cannot do casting unless you have a good amount of silver.
You need like 2 times the piece, basically, because you have to
exactly
fill up the funnel and you have to fill up the thing that you're trying to make in that casting void. And so, that's like it's heart wrenching.
This is like a big meat just for you. Of like when you're so the silver prices are so bad that Karen's melting down her sprues.
I've been harvesting all of my rings I'm not happy with. Like, I think I sent you guys a picture of 2 rings sitting in my crucible the other day, and I was like, it's recycling time.
Yeah, like things that you don't love anymore are getting sacrificed. And I'm sure you guys out there in the chat are feeling it if you guys are doing any of the silversmithing also. You're trying to figure out what you really need anymore. Like, I don't need that chain. I don't need that ring anymore. I never liked you anyway. Yeah.
Well, I realized I found a little stash of rings that I made for sale like a long time ago, and they do not hold up to my current standard. And I'm like, oh, well, there's a bunch of silver. That's like an ounce and a half of silver I just reclaimed. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
No, but see, that's great when it's stuff like that, because if it's just things that you've looked back on, you're like, it was great at the time, but it's not necessarily up to anything you'd ever want to sell as is.
Yeah.
And like no experience is worth nothing. You learned when you made those, and that's what that value was. Now you can reuse it in this current climate.
I even took the stones out, and I'm like, I'm gonna remake this with the exact same stone, just better.
No, but that's like your work. That's a beautiful thing about doing things with stones and with metal and that kind of thing is you can. It's like I don't want to do stuff with groove cuts anymore. I just don't want to do it. It's not how I want to move forward. But and I've got a ton of cabs I made like that. But all I have to do is spend a little bit of time, and I can grind them out. The general shape is there, the idea is there, like everything's still there. I just have to refine it to how I feel about things now. And that's why I've always said that, like, don't wait till everything's perfect. Don't wait till you've got everything lined up exactly. Don't wait till you have on tap, I can learn to silversmith and I can learn to cut stones and I can do what you can when you can, and make things the way that you can make them, and make them as beautiful as you can in that way. And then you can always upgrade, and you can always upgrade your own work.
Oh yeah, I do all the time. Like constantly. If I'm not just harvesting a piece I wasn't happy with. But I'm also, when it comes to selling, like if I'm making something for myself, I will cut corners and don't care because it's for me and I don't care as much. If there's even one thing that bothers me about a piece that's for sale, I will not sell it.
Yeah.
So what happens is when I find my stashes of jewelry, I'm like, oh yeah, this was one of those ones that I made and then was like, nope, not good enough. So I can harvest you and remake you into something else.
Oh, I'm with you. It's like if I and it's such a bummer because you'll spend so much time making something, you want it to be perfect. And it isn't to your specific standards of what you will let out into the world, and then you're just like, I'll keep it forever because it's a thing I made and it's beautiful and I can see the value in it, but at the same time, I'm
Yeah.
always going to see that chip, or I'm always going to
Like,
see that problem, and you can rework it though. You know,
this is a really good example of how I cut corners for myself. I never actually bothered to clean the inside of the band. If this was for
I
sale,
mean,
that's something I absolutely would have addressed, but it's mine and I don't. It doesn't matter. So it just never got put into its final pickle, and I never polished the inside. It's like, whatever.
to be fair, it's going to get dirty again anyways. It's kind of like making
Yeah.
the bed before you make the bed. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
yeah,
I
and
get it.
the way it's built, the way the band is, like, that's where all the stuff is gonna get caught anyway.
Oh.
Like, it's fine.
That's
I don't
just
care.
like all you basically did was just like pre-deposited like a year's worth of muck. It's fine.
Yeah, it's pre-tarnished. Some people pay
Yeah.
good money for fake aging.
There you
It's
go.
pre-turned for your pleasure.
Plus, no
It's
one's ever seeing the inside of it, so it doesn't matter. You just see this part, which I am happy with.
show everybody, but that's
Yeah.
not.
Well, I'm fine. This is literally the best way to show people how I cut corners when it's something I make for myself, because I don't. It's like, whatever. Yeah, but your own piece that you make for yourself is your own advertising. I'm like, I don't care. It's mine. I
So you
dig
guys-
a lot of pride in what I make for Alexis. The stuff I make for me is very like, whatever. If it fits, it ships.
Nice. So I feel like those are already some good words of
Oh man, sorry.
Words
The
of-
flat rate
of,
shipping slapper.
Yeah. Yeah.
good words of wisdom. Do you have some more? It's gonna be time to wrap her up.
Oh, you didn't play the video
What video? Oh, is
to
there a
see the
video?
iris in action.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on
Well,
a
we
second.
forgot about that.
I'm
So
I'm
hard.
notorious for this. Oh, there
You
we go.
can't forget the iris video. This thing is freaking rainbow.
Let's take that to full screen.
Look at that. Oh. It's so good.
That demonstrates the angling really nicely as far as the
Yep.
refraction rate. You really need that. I love that.
Them-
That it just triggers the different spectrum frequencies.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. Didn't get enough of that first
That,
time.
yeah, that actually, I didn't even think about that, but that is a really good example of how, watch how all the color goes away when it's head on.
Yeah.
Just
Boom.
gone.
Yep.
It has to be off to the side and at an angle.
Yep. It's refraction,
hilarious.
baby. It's physics.
Yeah.
I made a cab. I made an iris cab today, and like every single light I put it up to in my shop, it looked like the most beautiful display of prisming you've ever seen. I took it inside to show my dad, and I'm like, "Oh no, put it in front of this light." Oh no, wait. Do you have a wait? Okay. Do you know other sorts of light? He's like pulling out lanterns, and I'm like, "We need
Yeah.
lights." And like, what I ended up doing, because I'm not even kidding you, their Christmas tree is still up in my parents' house. I'm not kidding. And I was like, I held it in front of one of them, like one light on the Christmas tree, and he was like, "Oh,"
Yep.
and like, and then, but it still was. I didn't feel like he understood the impact enough, and so like I went out. I was like, I'm just gonna email you pictures, and so like I went out there and made a little video and sent it to him. And he's like, he wrote back, "Cool," and "cool" had like 17 O's in it. So,
Yeah,
I know
even
he got
not just the angle or the color of the light, the type of light itself hugely affects how it, like, really high grade iris will not show in sunlight. If you
Right,
take
well,
that
and, like-
outside and hold it up to the sun, you're not going to get any rainbows. It's crazy.
No, you need a side angle always. And like I figured out a really cool trick. Like if you're trying to isolate it for whatever reason, I take a shiny surface outside and I put it where the sun is bouncing off of it. Like put a mirror or a piece of glass on a table where
Yep.
the sun is hitting it, and then sit down comfortably in a chair and move it until it hits that angle, and then you'll find it. because the rest of the time, like, here's me holding up a piece of stone with trying to hold my iPad to take a freaking picture behind it, like up in the
Yep.
sky. Like, it's
Yep.
terrible. Reflect light. It's your friend. Like, yeah. But
Yeah,
like,
it's a whole thing.
it's a whole thing. But man,
It's a
is it
whole
fun.
thing. I've
It's
told
so
this
fun.
to everyone that I know that has ever tried to film Iris, and it's like I just think, oh, have fun with that because it sucks. It's really freaking hard.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, it's like, I tried to show my dad, and he was like, "Oh, I can see where it's trying to be a rainbow." Because like you're like, "Look," and he's like, and I'm like,
Yeah.
right eagle. Here, you hold it. And he's like, and
We'll
I'm like,
make
I'm
this
just gonna
work,
email you
dang it.
pictures, man. I'll just send you pictures. You'll understand. Yeah, it's tough, but it's gorgeous stuff.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it really is. I love it though. So, sorry, another tangent on top of a tangent. Karen, you look tired and done with this.
Yep. I gotta wrap it soon, so yeah, go ahead, tangent us one more time.
Oh no, I was just saying we were pulling back from the tangent. I was gonna do show and tell, but I can tell you don't want that.
Well, that show and tell would be like a whole nother like several hours at this point.
We could do 3 more podcasts just with all the stuff I have
Right?
surrounding me right
Oh
now.
man, and I feel like we're missing out. But I gotta put a bag on it. And go
I
get
still
some
have to
dinner.
finish uploading a video, so no worries. I need to actually walk away soon too. If you want, I know you're doing something next Friday, but you could just invite me back and we can just look at slabs all night. I have literally hundreds of slabs in front of me right now.
We need to do that. You've got a video dropping tomorrow though. What are you gonna treat us to?
It was one of my last hunts of 2025. We went out. It was just like a spur of the moment. Now I'll go hit one of my fossil spots on the river, and it turned out to be insanity. It was such a good day. We found like 12 ammonites, maybe more.
Oh,
I found a nautilus. I found an iris agate. We found an agatized wood. Like, it was an insane day. Like, it was fantastic. So the video is cutting all of the rocks we found and prepping all of the ammonites. Well, obviously the hunt too, but then fossil prep and rock cutting.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds so good. And Romania was just talking about this month being a wreck. Didn't make anything. I'll try to do some cabs and post them. You know what? When I was talking earlier at the top of the podcast about checking on people, you were one of the people I was thinking of, because I was like, you always do a cab or, the project or something like that. So Addie, it's good to hear from you. And I hope that everything's okay in your world. And at the very least that you can play with some rocks here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has been a real January. And so I know like it's been slow in the Discord contest, but I know you guys are all chock full of nuts. Yeah, it's been a challenge for.
It makes me laugh because it's like role reversal, because I've been so busy lately that I haven't done any of the contests for like several months now, and then I'm like one of the only people this month that is doing the contest. And it's like, oh, everyone else is busy this month. Cool.
I think maybe the fact that it's been so blisteringly cold has kind of kept some people out of their shop.
Yeah.
Because last month there were so many people that participated in the traditional cab challenge. And I just think it's one of those rough times right now. So we've got a couple more, there's 3 more days from now. Well, count your hours. But on the 26th, it's gonna all be over. But yeah, everybody's got a little bit of time.
Like, and all of it or the contest? That was ominous. That kind of freaked me out. It's all going to be over on the 26th.
Over. The end of the world is coming, sir.
Like, oh man, what do you know that I don't?
Right.
It's not some things you need to finish. You might want to do them now.
Get on that.
Get on that. But other than that, there's 3 more days to enter things into the cab contest. And so, or cab contest, jewelry contest, all that stuff. But
I may have time to enter the traditional contest. I may do that.
Nice.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, and Spot saying it's sunspots, and well, Spot knows. So
yeah.
listen.
Spot knows about sunspots.
Right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. I'm sorry to cut us short at 2.5 hours, but
Sharon's like, get off of my computer, please.
I gotta go eat. I know that all the dogs are sitting at the door, like just holding it, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That's why I came on late, because I was eating and tending to animals.
Yeah, we got these animals. And so thank you again, Dudley McDudson and Ma, for coming on this evening and sharing all of your wise and beautiful projects. It's been a pleasure as always.
Always so fun. Thank you, Karen.
Fantastic.
No, Ryan's like, she's gonna have fun making chapters out of this one.
Yeah, it's like, okay, now
Make one big chapter of Ma and Theo go off on
tangent. Yeah.
tangent
Sorry.
for one, for two.
It's so fun. That's the best part of having y'all on. So thanks again, and everybody have a great weekend. Go check out the video drop from good old Doodley, and everybody else
come back in 2 weeks, and we'll do a giant slab show and tell.
We'll do a slab
All the slabs.
all the slabs.
It's so overwhelming.
And until then, we're going to go ahead and treat ourselves to the King Tide. We'll see you over at Kyle's live, of course, and all the other good lives like AZRE over the weekend. Go check out Jeff and Allison and Cheryl and everybody else who's doing their thing this weekend. Love you all. We'll see you. Here it comes. Alive, everybody.
Bye.
Nope. Wait, what? This one? No,
Just
let's
kidding.
try it again.
Just kidding.
Nope. Oh, okay, there we go.
Bye.
We're trying
Is that better?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Get out of here.
Bye, everyone. Do we not get kicked until the credits are over?
Great. What are you doing?
What is happening? What is happening?
Am I?
What is going on?
What is happening?
Man, we can't hear me. Let's start over again. Are you here? Am I here? Man, we can't hear me. Let's start over again.